Hey, it's Sarah.
And Alex, and welcome to Van Build Series Episode 5.
Coming at you this week a little bit different.
Yeah, because we're bitter about making these videos for you. It's the third time we filmed this, and recording stuff every step of the way while you're already kicking your ass on a van build is very tiring, and so here's what you're going to get today. You're going to get the fast and dirty.
Wow,
and thanks for following. We really appreciate all of you.
Yeah, you're really passive-aggressive over here much.
Okay, let's start again. That was probably a little harsh.
Yeah.
Take 2.
Hey, it's Sarah.
And Alex, and welcome to Van Build Series Episode 5.
So we're coming at you this week a little bit different. We want to keep it real. We have been busting our buns on this van build and doing our business, so we did not have time to film clips through everything we've done in the last week. So we just wanted to give you a little recap, give you a little rundown. We are doing all this stuff for free. We're not actually monetized on YouTube, unfortunately. We're still under review, so we don't even get paid for these videos. Just keeping it real. Yeah. We're just providing content for you guys because we love you, and we want to provide value for all of you that are thinking about van life or you're doing a build right now. So that's why we do these videos. So we love you guys.
Exactly. And we do all of this at the same time we are running an online business, and so there's only so much we can get done in a day. Filming the step-by-step stuff has kind of fallen by the wayside so that we can focus on our Creator Academy program and coaching all the people who are going through that. So if you are interested in learning how we make money and travel on the road, there's a link down below where you can check out more info about Creator Academy.
Shameless plug.
It is.
So let's get into what we got done in this last week. So we've been kind of slacking on the van build videos. Reason being, we're not going to do full tutorials on building cabinets and all that kind of stuff because we're not actually building them. It is my dad who is doing all of that for us, thankfully, and he doesn't want to be on camera, so we're going to respect that and just get the stuff done as quickly as we can. So that's one thing we're not going to do, but we will show you our solar setup and all of that stuff. That will be way more in depth. As far as cabinets go, I'm sure there are other YouTube videos out there that you could look up. And so our uppers are done, we have the kitchen done, the dresser is being built, we still need to do the drawers and the fronts of all that. But again, we're not really showing that process just because it's my dad doing it and he's got over 40 years of experience. He doesn't really want to do like a tutorial on YouTube, he just doesn't care. So yeah, that's kind of the little update. That's what we've been working on, which is why we haven't been filming all that much, because we've been working with him on that. And like I said, he doesn't want to be on camera. So that's the latest updates. We are going to Home Depot to look at other flooring options, get some poplar for the drawers, and what else?
Random plumbing items.
Random plumbing things.
There's a lot of random plumbing things you need.
Yeah, so that's the latest and greatest. Look at that sweet van back there getting all white and pretty. Loving it. So that is why, whoa, my face is real white. That is why we haven't been filming as much, but we'll still take you along for the rest of the build. Like I said, solar, batteries, hooking all that stuff up. That will be way more in depth, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, this video isn't the greatest just because we've been working on cabinets. So that's the update. We'll show you what it looks like once it's all done. Here's the finished result. Just got the face frames up. Alex is filling the little nail holes we had. Just nailed that up to our 3/4 inch ply. These are built with poplar. So this is poplar. All the face frames in the van are always built with poplar. And if you are wondering, these are 10 inches deep, the ones that will be over the countertops. We made those a little less deep. And then the bigger ones in the back are 13.5 deep and they're 15 inches tall. So coming together.
So today I am working on plumbing and getting ready to put in our kitchen cabinet, which is gonna sit right here. And so before we can put the cabinet in though, I need to make sure that I have my holes drilled for my plumbing so that when I set the cabinet in place, I don't have to move it again. And so to do this, you're going to want to take multiple measurements, figure out where you're going to want to put it inside your cabinet, but then when you start to look, you're going to want to find markers to reference off of on the bottom of the van to see where you have clearance. And so here I've actually looked at the toe kick and seen where this little toe kick is on the bottom of the van, because it's really easy to tell where it is. And then I measured in from that point and drilled my pilot hole. And then once I drill my pilot hole, I can go back underneath the van and double check to make sure that I have enough room to put my full bit in, which is going to be this little 1-inch metal drill bit, because I'm just using 1/2-inch internal diameter braided nylon hose, which means it's only 3/4 of an inch on the outside, so that'll easily fit through. So now I'm underneath the van. So this right here is actually that toe kick I was just showing you, the little step getting into the van. And so then I came inside the van, and you can see right there, there's my drill bit sticking down. So I have plenty of space. This is a great spot to put the hole for my sink to drain down underneath the van, and where I'm going to connect it to my gray water tank. So a little pro tip, anytime that you cut a hole in the van, you want to make sure that you clean up the metal edge with like a Dremel or a file really well, so that then you can go ahead and paint it with some Rust-Oleum primer so that you don't get any rust. And so I just threw some painter's tape over top of the hole, and then I painted it from down below. So now I've got plenty of paint in there, and I won't have any rust issues.
Here's the kitchen. I love the color, don't you? It looks good. We wanted to put a little bit of color in this one. Just this will be this color. Everything else is going to be white. We're going to have white countertops. We're going to cut out here for our farmhouse style sink. Same sink we had on the last build. It's actually the square one instead of the rectangle one, so it is a little bit smaller. And then below this is where some of the plumbing will be. Alex already cut some holes where we'll have the sink draining out and where we have the pipes running back in, right? I don't know what I'm talking about ever. That's his job, but he wanted me to film this part, so I'm going to pretend like I know what I'm talking about. And then below this, we'll have our water filtration system and plumbing and a little bit of storage, hopefully. We're going to put in a shelf so that we can still put some pans in there, because that's going to be a big cabinet. And then here we're going to have 3 different drawers. So this is one of them, and this is going to be mounted up here. This will be for silverware. And then down below we're going to have 2 other ones just like this that will pull out and be like pantry storage. We're just going to have a door, and then will be 2 drawers on the inside. Instead of having this all drawers, it will be an actual cabinet. And then up here we're going to have a butcher block on drawer slides so that we have a little extra cutting board. We're going to store our stove in this compartment, so this will just have a door on it. And then this is where our fridge is going to go. So pretty cool. Also, one thing I talked about on Instagram is we put in a toe kick. When you're building in the van, don't forget to put in a toe kick. It's really helpful to have somewhere for your toes to go. Otherwise, if you build all the way to the floor, you're going to be kicking that, scruffing it up. It's going to look like crap after a couple months because vans just get dirty. So put a toe kick in. It's really nice, and you're not stubbing your toes on everything in the van. It's already a small space, so that makes a world of difference. I think ours is only like 2 inches by 3 inches. They're typically bigger than that in a house, but for a van, that works great.
So this is the electrical compartment where we're housing all of our 12 volt and as well as our solar controller. So we have our Renogy Rover 40 amp solar controller here. So we're going to have the wires for our solar panels coming down right to here, connected to the controller. And then I have these 6 gauge wires that are going to be running from the solar controller down to the batteries, which are below the bench on the passenger side. This is our 12 volt fuse box. And so you can see I have everything connected here, nicely organized and labeled. This little piece that I have right here is for our tank monitor, and so everything gets connected into this board, and then from this board it gets connected into the touch sensor reader board. I'm going to be building out a false wall on the front with a hinge that you'll be able to open to get to this electrical compartment, but on the front we're going to have all of our monitoring systems, like our battery monitors, our tank monitors, our inverter controller. All of that stuff is going to live on the outside of this, and so all of this will be hidden back behind. We got that idea from Comes With A View, our buddy Scott. He's got a really cool system that he built, and so we're kind of mimicking that system. This is a Blue Sea Technologies 12 volt fuse block, and it takes these ATC blade fuses. This is an awesome solution for your 12 volt fuses. I also ordered one for our 110 that's going to be mounted again underneath the seat with our batteries and our inverter. When it comes to plumbing, this is our 23-gallon freshwater tank. So you can see I already have my fitting on for my fill. I have my fitting on for my vent. So this is going to run to a hose that's going to run right out of the van. And then this is my fill, or my, wow. This is my fitting that's actually going to run to the shower. So this is going to be my out on the tank. And then we have a smaller 10-gallon tank that is going to run for the sink. You see,
and
I've
tell them
plumbed it
why
all
we're
the
doing
same way.
2.
We're doing 2 because we want this van to be able to go in cold weather with freezing temperatures. And so all of our plumbing, except for our gray water tanks, is going to be inside the van. And so I didn't want to run water across the van from the driver's side to the passenger side. So instead, we're just doing 2 tanks that we'll be able to fill from the outside of the van through 2 nozzles that I'm installing today, actually. Then if you look inside the shower, you can see I have our PEX plumbing already done for our water mixer and our shower head. So this is ready to go. I can go ahead and now set my shower pan as soon as I find my drain. And then after that, I can build the box for our toilet that's going to be hanging over the shower pan. So moving right along on the plumbing side.
Tell them what that material is, because people are going to ask.
What material?
The PEX.
Oh, this is PEX, or PEX. So that's a 1/2 inch internal diameter material, and so I'm using shark bite fittings, so you don't have to do any soldering or anything like that. And it actually, for me, in a van, works a little bit better than the brass fittings, and it's easier to work with.
Mm-hmm. Looks good. The other small project we got done was getting these panels put in here and painted. And so what we did is the van came with really ugly gray panels that were in here, and ours were like crumbling apart because the guy that owned this before us who's actually owned the gun store and here in San Diego. So he was hauling a bunch of heavy shit, and it like bashed up the panels that were in here. So we took the panels out and we used those as a template to use this material, which is just like wainscoting. You can buy it at Home Depot. It's pretty cheap. It's still thin. It's not super thick. It's easy to work with. And then I just painted them, and I'm going to paint these little, not really screws, but they kind of are, little plastic pieces so that they're white. And yeah, pretty simple solution for your back doors. It's just easier than trying to like cut wood that way. Again, it's a thin material. It holds up great. We had it in our last van, and we really like it. So that's that. All right, thanks so much for tuning in this week, guys. We'll see you next week, or maybe the week after. We'll see how quick we can get
2 weeks left in the build.
Next episode out. And for all of you who have asked, yes, we're going to provide a layout with dimensions of everything in our build. It's not going to be a full build tutorial by any means, but if you're interested in that, it'll be out in the next few weeks. We are going to charge for it. It will be reasonable, it'll be affordable, and we can't wait to launch that because a lot of you guys love our build and want all the specs on it. So
for sure,
stay tuned for that.
So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have questions or comments, drop them down below, and make sure that you subscribe for more awesome van life and online business information and videos.
Peace.